This program is considered to be of mature theme and therefore may be considered offensive to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to the Donzilla Comedy Showcase, featuring 3 new stand-up comedians tonight. Raw stand-up comics trying their best to keep it somewhat TV clean. And here is your producer and host, Donzilla.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Donzilla Comedy Showcase. This is our final episode of Season 3. I'm happy to have all of you here tonight. We have a very, very special guest for tonight's final episode of the season. I used to own a stand-up comedy club in Omaha, Nebraska, one of the nation's first ever full free speech comedy clubs where people were allowed to express themselves and do whatever they liked on the stage. And we had a house MC, kind of an old thing that hadn't been done for a while. A lot of places didn't have house MCs. They'd bring traveling comics in to do certain spots. But we had an actual house MC. It was a very, very good friend of mine that I met back in Las Vegas in 1998. He comes to us from Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm very, very thrilled to have him on this show. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the Donzilla Stand-Up Comedy Showcase, Coldfunk from Atlanta, Georgia.
Hey, what's happening, y'all? Iowa. It's a pleasure to be here at the Donzilla Comedy Showcase. And give it up for yourselves for being here as well. Come on, give it up. Make it lively in here. This ain't no funeral now. This is a comedy situation. My name is Coldfunk. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm all about the funk and the jam. But not really from Atlanta. I'm from a small town called Funkton, Georgia. Not too far from a town called Wapanigro, Georgia. But we'll talk about that at another time. I come at you full power and exact with that James Brown payback. And this year, 2016, I come at you like a love machine, like a record machine. I am the funk and the jam. Not only do I do the funk and the jam, I make you laugh a little bit. I'm bringing it back on the funk, the funk. Here's where I'm at. The funk, the funk. I'm bringing it back. The funk, the funk. Here's where I'm at. The funk, the funk. It's back on track. That's it. Thank you. Oh, this is comedy. This ain't Soul Train. Yes, you know, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Coldfunk. I used to be real big back in the day. I came up with Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, late great Bernie Mac, Jeff Foxworthy, Tim Wilson, the late great Tim Wilson. He died 2014 in April. James Gregory, a lot of the Southern comedy, Charles Vericola. I came from that school. Over 50 I am. And while the, Chris Tucker, all of them, Jamario, all that. But while the comedy, Bruce, but while the Earthquake, all those comedians. But while the comedy train, but while the comedy train was going down the track, I fell off. I fell off the track while everybody went to be rich and successful. I went somewhere else. And I went somewhere else in search of. And I'm based on God knows. But now in 2016, I'm back. And I got an agent now, I'm happy to say. My agent said, Coldfunk, I understand you want to get back in the business. I understand you want to get your comedy funky groove on. Now, what you need to do, I got some connections. You can go to New York to get it going where you have to get it going. When it comes to comedy, you got to go to the next level. You got to go to New York. You can go to Hollywood, California, L.A. Or you can reconnect with some of the people you used to know in Atlanta from back in the day. I said, And this year, 2016, I don't want to do that. I want to come to Iowa City. That's right. The heartland of America. I want to make white folks laugh. Because we need to laugh because white folks is tired of our black ass, boy. We need to make them laugh. I'm trying to tell you. You don't want white folks to get angry. Okay, look at the history book. Don't let them be a sniper. Okay, we need to love them and stop doing that Black Lives Matter. All lives matter. We know what time it is without the watch. We're going through a lot of stuff. Let's start talking with each other because while we're fighting each other, other people are coming in here and messing up all our days. So we need to have that kumbaya moment and calm down and let's talk. Because white people are not as nice as they used to be. You know, I live in a multicultural neighborhood, and white people used to be like, morning, how are you? You know, this nice, morning. Now they're like, how you doing? What? Because they're pissed. Now, I'm going to get into that real deep in a minute, but before I do that, I just want to tell you I just got off work. And I work at a place called Miss Gertie Mae's Grilled Cheese Pork and Bean Palace, where there's nothing fried, but always something on the side. Now, there was a comedian on here a couple episodes by the name of Joey Crack. And he had on an apron, and some of y'all may have seen the episode where he works with us at Miss Gertie Mae's Grilled Cheese Pork and Bean Palace. Now, he was supposed to be emptying the garbage. But no. What he did was come to the Donzilla Comedy Showcase and wanted to talk about his life experiences. Now, before I get into that, I want to give y'all this. I got some sandwiches I made for Miss Gertie Mae. And, here they go right here. If y'all want a couple of sandwiches, Alan, come give them some sandwiches. Give them to those who need it. Maybe all of them don't want that. Bologna and cheese. Okay. And that came homemade from Miss Gertie Mae's pork and bean grilled cheese salad. And I got some chips back there, too. And when it comes to the drink, that's on you. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you that we're going through a deep time in our life right now. And I just want to say that I'm born and raised in Funkton, Georgia, where we still use a toaster. We still have conversations. We're not on the phone all day. But I ain't been there, on the iPod, not phone. That's old, can tell you how old school I am on just doing all this. But I ain't been to Funkton in a long time. Currently, right now, I live in Denver, Colorado. And I've been there way before they legalized it. And ladies and gentlemen, Denver, Colorado ain't the Denver I remember. Denver, Colorado has now become the Amsterdam of the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, when I came from Funkton, Georgia to Denver, people used to ask me, Coldfunk, what in the world is your black ass doing in Denver, Colorado? Because when you black, Denver ain't the first choice to go to when you from somewhere else, okay? Because most black people go down south. They'll go to Alabama, South Carolina, Mississippi, but they ain't going to nobody's Denver, Colorado. Even if you got a cousin, you ain't going to see them. They got to visit you because they're not coming to nobody's Denver, Colorado. Meanwhile, it's God's country. There's mountains. Denver, Colorado is the place to be when you want to find the newness within yourself. My cousins, my family never wanted to visit me. All of a sudden, because of the legalization of weed, cousins, aunts want to visit me out of nowhere, come knocking on my door uninvited. Boom, 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 boom. Coldfunk, how you doing? We just in town. How you just in town? Well, we just in the area. Well, how you live in Funkton, Georgia? What you doing way out here? You mean to tell me you made a left and ended up in Denver, Colorado from Funkton, Georgia? I know why you came. They try to not tell you the obvious. Well, we wanted to see what Denver was like. No, you a pothead. You know why you came to Denver, Colorado. My cousin came to visit me. He's a hustler. He's always got a situation going on. He always sold weed. See, one thing, if you black, and by the way, people in TV land, if you black, don't come to Denver, Colorado. Don't try to think you're gonna make money. You only made money when it was illegal. Okay, now that it's legal, it's for white people. Okay, it has nothing to do with your black ass. So don't you have hopes and dreams, because for white folks it's Pikes Peak. Okay, it's the gold rush. Nothing to do with you. Okay, and then he gonna come visit me. His name is Lydell, and he got a girlfriend. He brought his girlfriend with her. Her name is Rooma, Rooma. I don't know what her room is, but she looked like it, and she got like a pot belly that hangs over your belt. It hangs above her belt. She always talk holding her stomach up, just like that. And her name is Room, and her hair, she got hair. It looked like somebody combed her hair with a crazy comb. Something ain't right about Rooma. But my cousin Lydell think he's going to come to Denver, Colorado and make some money. Tell me, hey, man, hey, I'm going to get me a business. You going to get you a who? I'm going to get me a business. Man, you ain't getting no business in Colorado. It costs you $500,000 to get a license to sell weed, to get a dispensary. I can get around that. He did. He opened up a weed place in 2 weeks, and he called it Weed and Wings. But chicken wings and weed, but you can smoke and get the munchies, eat at the same time, but it didn't last long. It closed in 2 weeks. Apparently they shut it down, but he made $80,000. Line was around the corner. Chicken wings and weed. Matter of fact, I got some of them sandwiches. Watch they go for them sandwiches all of a sudden. What in the world? Oh, let me talk about Joey Crack. Now, Joey Crack was here talking about he worked at Miss Gertie Mae's Grilled Cheese Palace. Now, how many of y'all saw Joey Crack on that episode by applause? Did some of y'all? For those of you that didn't see Joey, check it out. It's on the Donzilla Comedy Showcase. He said that he worked at Miss Gertie Mae's Grilled Cheese Pork and Bean Palace, which is very true. He said he'd been there for a while. Now, Joey been there for 6 years. Joey got 6 children. He got 1 wife, and he made $5 a week. Something ain't right. Now, if you go back and look at that tape and see what Joey's talking about, ladies and gentlemen, how you going to work at a place for 6 years and make $5 a week? Joey got a hustle going on. And you know how I know Joey got a hustle going on? We got it on tape. Miss Gertie Mae called me into the office, and she said, Joey, she said, Coldfunk, come here. There was Joey on film selling blunts and grilled cheese sandwiches from the back of Miss Gertie Mae's grilled cheese sandwich. So that's how he make his money. And not only do Joey sell grilled cheese sandwiches, he got what you call the Joey Crack Miss Gertie Mae family pack, where you get 10 grilled cheese sandwiches and 4 blunts and pork and beans for $20. Okay? And then the blunt, for those of you who don't know what blunts are, they're like weed and cigar paper. So you figure $5 a blunt, $20, 10 grilled cheese sandwiches, he's making a good deal. And then he got a DVD of himself. He sells live DVDs. Joey Crack, you got to see him. On the DVD, this tall Negro is butt naked in the tub playing with a live duck. And ladies and gentlemen, you should see the duck. You should see the look on the duck's face. The duck is traumatized. The duck looks shocked. The duck is trying to quack, but it can't. The duck is like, quack. That duck will never quack again. Hey man, y'all better laugh. This is funny. Y'all better laugh. I know this is like, y'all better give it up. People at home are screaming. Joey Crack got a gap in his teeth. He got a big gap. You can put around 35 quarters plus a $50 between his doggone teeth, Jack. You can go between Joey Crack's teeth and open it up like a curtain at a showroom. Just open it up. Joey Crack, y'all gotta look at it. He got them big teeth, man. Me and Joey Crack, we love to eat. Sometimes you work at a restaurant like Miss Gertie Mae's Grilled Cheese Pork and Bean Palace. When you work at a place like that, you don't want to eat where you at, so you want to go somewhere else. So me and Joey, we go out and eat a lot. And one day I had me some hamburgers and some chicken wings, and I had me some coleslaw. And Joey Crack had some government-funded Section 8 welfare turkey chunks. And one of the government-funded turkey chunks got stuck up in his tooth. And instead of getting a toothpick, he went and got a baseball bat. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going through a lot in our life. What about Hillary and Donald Trump? Who would have thought out of all the Republicans, out of all the Democrats, the only ones we got left is Trump and Hillary? Ladies and gentlemen, what in the world's going on? Ladies and gentlemen, we are living the reality TV show. Something is crazy going on out here. And what's his name? Y'all remember the comedian back in the day, Andrew Dice Clay? Some of y'all remember that? That's who Donald Trump is. People don't get it. It's a joke. The man insults people, call people fat, ugly, whatever the case, and he got more and more votes. All that took him to the White House, and everybody upset. We're the problem. What everybody mad about? We're the problem. We let it happen. I mean, I like Hillary Clinton, but I don't want Monica's boyfriend in office. You know what I'm saying? I don't want Sport Billy in there. I don't, and I remember, I'm not Republican, I'm not Democrat. I'm like, whatever. At this point in life, whoever's cool, put Beyonce in office, whoever's cool, man, just lead the country, because we in bad times right now. Hello. We in bad times right now. And I'm like this, man. One thing I don't like about the Democrats, they take black people for granted. They always make fun of us. They always tell us what we want to hear. Well, I'm going into the neighborhood to have some watermelon and waffles with the Negroes. Oh, man, he real, man. I'm going to vote for him. He real as a big dog. I like him, man. What's your name, Billy? Yeah, okay. We're easy. Like Donald Trump, what's her name? Melania, his wife, Melania, what's her name? Sausage. They got mad at her at the Republican convention because she said the same thing Michelle Obama said. So, she got good taste. I ain't mad at her. She may have broken English, but you know what? She's cute. That's all that matters. All she gotta do is be cute and go into the neighborhood, and black people be like, man, you look good as hell, man. She be like, okay. Hey, yo, why don't you twerk it for me, baby? Twerk it. Twerk that ass. Okay, watch me do this. Man, she real. I'm gonna vote for her. I like her. What's your name, Melania? Okay, all right, I like that. What's your sign, by the way? We're easy. Republicans don't play that. See, at the Democratic convention, they got to have a gospel singer, they got to have a tap dancer, the horn section, and always that big, fat, overweight black woman that can sing like Mahalia Jackson or Aretha Franklin or Whitney. Oh, America. And the white folks are like, shut up! We just want to vote! The Republican convention, they don't play that. They skip the dishes to get down to the meat. They ain't got time for all that singing and stuff. And Hillary Clinton's partner, the VP, what's his name?
King.
Something don't look right about him. You don't want him around the daycare center. You know what I'm saying? He got that Vicks Vapor Rub baby look. That ain't right. Imagine him drunk at the club or at the bar. Imagine him drunk. He don't look right. He's the kind of be like, wow. He's like, hey, man, what's wrong with you? Now, I like Mike Pence, Trump's VP. You know why I like him? He reminds me of Race Bannon from Johnny Quest. Google it. I came up, Race Bannon and Elvis Presley was the first white man that I was like, wow, they cool. And Bill Bixby, you know what I'm saying? Right, okay. That's for the old school, that's for people. I cater to people over 45, I'm sorry. Just we have more in common. And young people like these two spirits here, they like adult people who want to learn. Grown folks, but you, both of y'all are old school. You know, you got like a little Nina Simone thing about you. You cool, sister. Yeah, nice looking sister here in Iowa. When you see a black woman in Iowa, you're like, oh my God, really? She exists, wow. Where are you from? Down the street, wow. Have you been to University in Progress? Oh man, hey man, we in some deep times though. Something must be in the water because people have definitely lost their mind. I know I lost mine a couple of times, Jack. You can go to anywhere in the world, man. You can see people walking down the street like this, trying to catch it, and some will never get it back. But if your lost mind does come back, make sure it keeps you personally in check. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a deep time in our life, and I want to say, coming to you, my name is Coldfunk, the original. I want to thank Donzilla. Hello again. See, me and this box got to stop. I want to thank Donzilla for bringing the real comedy back to the scene. Look out for Donzilla. Look out in Arizona, Las Vegas, no matter where you are, Denver, Colorado. The Donzilla Comedy Show is coming to you, baby. The best comedians ever coming out of Iowa. People think Iowa is whatever. You got to come. I don't care about the cornfields and the tractors and all that. Matter of fact, Iowa has Tractor of the Month. And I love this place. I rode a tractor here. I'm going back on that damn tractor. And I'm going to take my time on that 20 because them state troopers are looking at it. I got pulled over doing 80, but he was real cool. I made him laugh. I get right, Alan? I gave him a tape. And we were in the car for an hour. He gave me a $50 ticket. He still gave me the ticket, but it was all good. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going through a deep time. Everybody on the planet, let's all calm down. Let's all laugh. Let's all love each other because we're going through a lot. And laughter from the Donzilla Comedy Show is the best way to go. Thank you so much. My name is Coldfunk. Donzilla in the house. See you later.
Coldfunk, everyone. So good to see you again, my friend, my good friend. Proof I have a black friend. I would like to thank everybody who worked on this season of the Donzilla Comedy Showcase. This was the final episode of Season 3. Season 4 will start in a couple of months, and Season 5 will be done in Arizona next year. So thank you to all the producers. Thank you to all the techs. Thank you to everyone who was involved. Good night, everybody.